So guys, do you remember when this happened?
Attacking the end where their supporters are housed. A corner for Gillingham, a header and in! Across the line! Simeon Jackson's header sends Gillingham back to League One.
Hi guys, German Gills here, bringing you all things Gills from Germany. Sorry I didn't get to post a video last week on Thursday, Donnerstag Gills. I just, got on top of me and I found it very difficult. But I'm back here with another video, a review and a preview of a few games that's just been gone and what to look forward to for this week and on Saturday. So last week I didn't get a chance to talk about Dominic Samuel and what a signing that is for us this season. To come from Blackburn, we had him once on loan before and was absolute wonders for us. I think he scored 7 goals and an absolute brilliant player a couple of seasons ago. But now to actually have him as a player signed for us is unbelievable. And the game against Blackpool was unbelievable. On his debut, or his second debut if you like, for us to get 2 goals for us. And also to score after, I think, 3 or 4 minutes, which I think he did in his debut for us last time round. Actually, I think he scored even quicker on his debut this time round. And I want to show you just the 2 goals that he scored against Blackpool, which was an absolutely brilliant win, by the way. And I've got a few things to say about that game, but if I quickly go to this here. Firstly, just want to show you, again, the first goal that was scored earlier on, I think in the 4th minute against Blackpool. Great header against the bar, and a great nod across, and in the right place at the right time. And that's what Dominic Samuel is known for, and that's what he does really, really well. He's a presence in the area and he knows where to run at what time, and that's why he could cut it out in the Championship. And I even think he could find himself in the Blackburn team even now, but he's come down to us to be with his family near London, and it's an unbelievable sign that we've captured. And I mean, if that goal wasn't good enough, let me just quickly find it might be a little bit earlier on here actually. And here we go. So, and this is the other goal that he's on. So, first off, I just want to talk about the touch. It doesn't show it here. But just before we see the goal, Van Daan here has an absolutely incredible touch right from high down and controls the ball perfectly and literally creates a chance out of nothing. I mean, at this position here, you think that Dominic Samuel really doesn't have much to aim for here. When I was watching it, if you watched the live reaction, I just wanted him to shoot, even if it was off target, but make the keeper work. But my God, did he find the bottom left-hand corner amazingly well. That's the only place that he was going to beat the keeper. So, 2 goals on his debut. 2 really good goals as well. One by instinct and one just by pure skill. What a signing and what a debut that he has had. The other thing I want to talk about as well is some of the statistics in this game, particularly one which really, let's go back to me quickly, which really struck me. I think Blackpool in that whole game had about 70% possession and we had about 30%. Now, what this says to me is that Blackpool were very sleepy at the start of both halves, and I just think that our ability just to pounce on those early chances and get a goal. And then actually, to be honest, we did attack throughout the game, but we did sit back and defend tightly and really, really solidly. So, actually, if we can go 1 or 2 ahead against teams like Blackpool, and you know what, if we sit back a little bit and just try and see the game out, as long as we get the 3 points, I really don't care how we get it. And I just think Steve Evans' tactical sort of influence on this game was really excellent, because Blackpool are a solid team, and you know what, they did play well, and I think they will do well this season. They had a couple of good shots and a couple of good chances in this game, and arguably should have at least got 1 on the scoreboard, if not more actually. And really, if you were to look at this from a neutral perspective, I think based on both teams' performances, if you get rid of the goals, really was a draw game. But the 2 bits of early quality right at the start of both halves really just was the difference between the 2 teams. But we defended really well, but I think Blackpool are going to have a solid season as well. So, I know it's early doors, and I know we really shouldn't be looking at the table this early on, but I thought it would be nice to have a little quick look of where we stand at the moment. So, we are sitting quite pretty in 7th position, with after 3 games, won the first 2, won 2 games and lost 1. We lost first one against Hull. Beat Wigan, by the way, which again was an absolutely phenomenal victory. And then we obviously beat Blackpool at the weekend. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with how we started. The table's going to look totally different again in 2 or 3 weeks' time, obviously. But I'm pretty impressed with how we've started. But obviously, it's really early to look at this table. I'm not surprised that Ipswich and Hull are up here at the moment. I'm a little bit surprised at Lincoln, but, you know, they've been a solid team in the past as well. And I'm a little bit surprised with Portsmouth at the moment being so far down, and, you know, where Max Amer is at the moment, and Brandon Handel, I believe it maybe as well, correct me if I'm wrong there, is at Bristol Rovers, I believe, at the bottom of the table. But it is very early on, and it's very stupid to be looking at a table like this. But I'm pretty pleased with the position at the moment, just one outside the playoff. And someone said the season's ended now. Do you know what? I'd take 7th any day of the week. Would be nice to be in the playoffs, but 7th ain't bad, let's be honest. Okay, so yeah, I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I want to show you a goal from another game that happened over the weekend on Sunday, and it involves between Lincoln and Charlton Athletic. Now, I don't like to say this kind of thing, but it is a thing you love to see. Now, firstly, it's a penalty that Lincoln, well, didn't score, but it's the first goal Lincoln scored, I think it is, and Lincoln played at Sinsel Bank at home against Charlton, and all the Charlton fans are going up in rage, saying that this goal was offside. But I just want to throw it to you. Can I just say one thing really clearly? This goal is not offside. This came off a Charlton defender. Clearly. And I just want to make that clear. And I just want Charlton fans to know that. Okay? This came off a Charlton player and is a legitimate goal. Quite clearly. It's a great save from the keeper from the penalty, by the way. Good save with the feet. That clearly came off number 3. Where it's offside if it came off a Lincoln player, for sure. They've got no grounds to moan about that, and I just wanted to mention it. Alright? Okay, so we are playing Shrewsbury on Saturday, away from home, and I just want to firstly just show you one of my favourite games against Shrewsbury. Obviously, in the playoff final, like you just saw in the intro of the video, quite clearly would be one of my favourite games against Shrewsbury, because we got promoted from League 2 back into League 1. But one of the other games happened was early on in the season, I think in 2014-2015 season, we played Shrewsbury away from home. And I remember driving up there on my own. It took about 4.5 hours, 5 hours, a bit of traffic on the way. And it's actually the same day on the, I don't know if you remember in the news on the M20, that bridge that came on the motorway. I'd long gone by that 2 hours before, so it was fine. But yeah, anyway. This was one of my favourite games, just for, obviously, we went 2-0 down, and I thought, what a waste of time it was to go up to Shrewsbury to watch this rubbish. And then, this happened. And then, do you remember this goal? Jet. What a goal this was. From about the car park, I think this was. What a finish. Make it 2-2, that was. Absolute quality. And I was sitting right behind when this happened. I was ready to catch the ball. As soon as it shot over the bar, but it clipped the bar and just went under. What a goal that was. And then, just to finish off, Bradley Dack with a corner in the 94th minute, chops nicely to Max Amer. Put your foot through it, son. What a finish. 3-2, 94th minute. I went absolutely nuts. And you can hear all the Shrewsbury fans in the background. Brilliant. What a day. I'm somewhere there. So, just to look at a little bit of the history between Gillingham and Shrewsbury before I talk about how I think the game's going to pan out and a couple of the signings we've had recently. But just a little bit of history. So, Shrewsbury actually is a team we've seemed to have played quite a lot. So that 67 times we've played them according to this website. We've lost 25 of them, drawn 22 and won 20. And yeah, there seems to be quite a lot of goals between us in these games. There's the famous time we lost 7-0 and then in the playoff final we beat them 1-0 in the same season. So that was quite obviously a great season for us, but to lose 7-0 at Shrewsbury was quite a heavy defeat. I remember listening to that on the radio. That was quite tragic, and I feel sorry for all the guys that went there to watch that defeat. But we've been a little bit less fortunate against Shrewsbury. But the last time we played them on the 20th of January, we beat them 2-0. But actually before that, the one before that was 2016, was the one I just showed you when Jet scored that screamer and we scored in the last minute. But we've played Shrewsbury quite a fair amount, and it's a team we play quite often. They're kind of the same sort of stature as us, apart from Shrewsbury haven't been in the Championship. So they sort of hung around League 2 and League 1, never really been in the bottom out of the league, and just hung around these divisions. A little bit like Rochdale as well, I suppose. Yeah, we've played them quite a handsome amount of times, so this will be another one to add to the bottom of this list come Saturday. So we've actually, as of talking now, I'm recording this on Tuesday. We've signed 2 new players, literally about half an hour ago. One of them, but I'm going to talk about another one first. So we're going to talk about Declan Drysdale. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Signed for us from Coventry. So Eccles has got a friend, so that he can play with, and I think he was very pleased about that, judging by his Twitter. But yes, a tall, statured defender. I think they call him the White Virgil van Dijk at Coventry, and a lot of Coventry fans I've read on Twitter and have said, he could have broken to the first team at Coventry in the Championship. So, they obviously rate him very, very highly, but obviously wanted to get a bit of game time. Looks pretty strong and solid, so we'll wait and see how this plays out, but I'm quite excited to see how strong our defence is going to be after this as well. Obviously, we know about Christian Maghomer, who was thankfully tested negative for coronavirus. So we have a good defensive lineup and another addition in Declan Drysdale. So that's one thing to look forward to. And then we've just been given the news that... where is it? Here it is. That Tom O'Connor has rejoined us for this season from Southampton. So again, we've got another good player who did well for us last season joining us this season to add, again, a bit more depth to the team. Now, I think, judging by Steve Evans' comments and everything like that, I think this is probably going to be the last signing, and we have a small but high-quality squad. So we just have to keep our fingers crossed that we don't gain any more injuries from now on. But if we do get a couple of injuries throughout the season, which, like I said in one of my previous videos through the busy October period, is possibly likely, it'll be a good opportunity to bring some of the youngsters through and see what the academy has to offer, and hopefully they can infiltrate into the first team and do a good showing and a good job with lots of passion and heart. So it's a small squad, but I think it's a good quality squad, and I'm quietly confident for the season if the squad remains how it is without any injuries, and we get a couple of players back from injury as well. Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk about what happened in Belgium about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, let's have a look.
De Camargo als enige in de 16. Nu ook Engval net niet gevonden. En daar Pinot wilde ver weg schieten en dat lukte niet. En dan gaat die bal tegen de deklat. En is er Franks in de rebound die op een of andere manier niet kan scoren. Hij trapt op de bal. Wat een misser.
If I was in the stadium, I'd go back to the turnstile and pay again. That was quality. So Gaffer, what did you think of that clip in Belgium? What did you make of it?
Certainly entertaining, wasn't it?
Well, I'm glad we can agree on that, because I thought it was too. Anyway, here are my predictions for the Shrewsbury game we play on Saturday. Well, Shrewsbury have yet to win a game at all this season. They've drawn 2 and they have lost 1. If you have a quick look at their fixtures recently, if we look in September, we can see their last game was against Plymouth Argyle, where they drew 1-1. That's probably their most respectable game, because Plymouth have not been doing too bad this season so far. They did beat Newcastle on the 23s or 21 in the EFL Trophy, 3-0, yeah, whatever. But they lost to Northampton Town 2-1. Northampton have been playing pretty well this season, so it's a respectable loss. But again, Shrewsbury, should be doing a little bit better against Northampton. And then first game of the season looks like drawing 0-0 with Portsmouth, who really haven't had a great start as well. So the quality of opposition has been relatively actually quite low down for Shrewsbury, and as a result, I think we have a good chance against them because we've played high quality opposition, in my opinion. Can do. I think it'll only be fair to look at that game of Plymouth 1, Shrewsbury 1. I've got the highlights here. Let's have a quick look. I've lined up the first goal, which was scored in the 14th minute by Vela, I think, one of Shrewsbury's players. Not a bad finish, actually. Plymouth don't deal with the free kick danger very, very well. Lay off, deflected shot, bottom left-hand corner. Bit lucky, but you've got to take your chances, get a shot on target, get it in the goal. And then the goal, which they eventually conceded, if I play it from here. Not a bad, tidy finish from one of the Plymouth strikers, one to look out for. But Plymouth looking relatively strong this season. Not a bad finish from 20 yards, if I'm honest. Keeper probably should doing a bit better, standing in a different position. But hey, that was a game where they drew 1-1 and got their first points of the season. So if we quickly go back and look at the table, this is the news. Let's go back to League 1 and look at the table. Shrewsbury sitting down there in 20th with only... Oh, they've drawn 2. Sorry, my mistake. They've drawn 2 and lost 1 this season. So, but yeah, still without a win. So they'll be seeking for their first victory against us, and particularly at home as well. They will be well up for it, as they say. And if Shrewsbury really want this, they're going to give us a really, really tough game. So at the moment, we have a pretty strong squad. Still a couple of injuries, but I would like to think... Let's go big full to me. Let's have a look. Hello, yeah, that's me. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, tough one to call. Shrewsbury, Gillingham has always been a tight one to call. It could fall either way, but again, I think we have a better chance against Shrewsbury. I'd like to think we can continue our away form at the moment with that win at Wigan. We won 3-2. I'm actually just going to go with a resounding 1-0 win. I think we're going to keep a clean sheet again. We look pretty strong at the back, but I think we're going to keep Shrewsbury down in their place, and I think it is going to be a 1-0 victory to Gillingham. So that's it for this Donnerstag Gills on Thursday, even though I recorded it on Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't already, go check back some of the live reactions of some of the games that we've played this season. Any League Cup games I obviously couldn't watch because of the rights of the Carabao Cup not allowing me to, so unfortunately I couldn't record those. However, I will obviously be watching this game live on Saturday, so look out for the game, the live reaction game when we play Shrewsbury. I'll upload it hopefully half an hour, 45 minutes after the game, and stay safe everyone, and Los Gills!